Hey there guys, Raj here, back again with another fragrance review. This time on a fragrance from the Italian fashion brand Ermenegildo Zegna, and they have a collection called the Essence collection. This one is called Haitian Vetiver. Now, I have spoken about the last review I did was on Javanese patchouli in this range, so if you haven't checked that one out, check it out. I also have Indonesian oud, which is probably I'll review that in the new year, but this time I was working off this decant. Picked this up from eBay actually. This one is quite handy. Comes in, well, it came in this kind of like travel atomizer thing, which is kind of, I guess, handy. Haitian Vetiver. So, this fragrance, this is what it looks like. Just see if you want to have a closer look at the packaging. Just a kind of general idea. And this fragrance comes in a couple of sizes. 125 ml and a 75 ml. Notes on this one are Haitian Vetiver. No points for guessing that one. Bergamot also is in here. Neroli, carrot seed. And Orris actually in this one as well. Now, from what I've seen from this Essence collection, there's two things that I have deduced. And I think I also have one of the Neroli ones also, which I'm going to review later, probably in the springtime. Seems like a better time to do it. One thing I've deduced from this, after really sampling quite a few of these fragrances, is that they are all really great in terms of ingredients. The ingredients that they use in this collection are really, really nice. But I don't think they're great fragrances overall. Like, when I say great, I'm talking about, like, when you're charging this amount of money, I believe this one costs £156 for 125 ml, which is not going to break the bank exactly, but I would just prefer something to be better blended. I feel what they've done in this collection is take really nice ingredients and showcase them. They've basically put them in a bottle and said, this is what a great ingredient smells like, rather than mixing it in with other ingredients to create something special. Obviously, there are other ingredients in here, there are other notes, but a lot of the time in this Essence collection, I don't really pick up on a lot of the other ingredients. I just get the main player. Maybe not so much when it comes to the oud-based fragrance, but Haitian Vetiver. Okay. Here we go. Vetiver, for me, one of the most masculine notes, probably the most masculine notes around. I do feel like Vetiver is just best worn by men. It smells best on men. And I've always received compliments when wearing Vetiver-based fragrances, and definitely got a couple of compliments with this one. I feel like it's a fragrance that lasts a decent amount of time. Maybe 6 or 7 hours. Nothing huge, but nothing terrible at the same time. It feels like a cooler weather. Spring, autumn, that kind of thing. You know, slightly cooler summer nights, but when there is a little bit of warmth in the air, it has worked well for me. So this is a fairly large decant, so I've been wearing it a lot, you know. I do like to test out my fragrances. I think that's one thing that's really important when it comes to, if you're a fragrance reviewer, I think you've got to test it out to the point where you feel really comfortable to review it. You know, I don't like to do anything rushed. That's just my style. And you know, with this fragrance, it is all vetiver. That's basically all it is. It does capture all the different facets of this ingredient, which is actually a very interesting one. It is a root. It is grown in tropical climates, Haiti, India also. I'm actually not. I think is there something in like Java or Indonesia or something? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not an expert, but you know, in these tropical climates, this root which is grown, and then the roots, this grass that is grown, and then the roots is what they use to extract the aroma. So how does this smell like? Well, in the opening, it does hit you with the very, very earthy vetiver, and I think this could be a little bit scary to some people. You might have to give it a little bit of time. It is almost like there's been some sort of tropical like monsoon, and you've just ripped out a bunch of vetiver grass out of the ground, and there's like a smoky fire in the background, and you've got this earthy vetiver with the wetness, and and the earth, and it is quite full on, to be honest. It kind of reminds me of Guerlain's Vetiver. It reminds me of Lalique's Encre Noire. And it kind of continues like that a little bit. It's not crazy. It's not going to like scare people around you, but it is a little bit powerful. Thankfully for me, because that's not really how I prefer my vetiver, even though I do like it, it's not how I prefer it. It does tend to kind of settle down and become really sweet and very thick and oily. And it's almost like you know, you have a candle and it's like thick, and then you light it and it starts to just melt, and you get this kind of sort of oiliness coming in from the vetiver, which is really, really sweet, which is almost like some sort of aromatherapy, like head shop kind of blend. It's really good. I mean, the thing is, with the Essenze collection and with this fragrance, that's all you're going to get. You know, I don't really get bergamot. I mean, they're talking about like carrot seed and orris. Not really. Not really. I don't get any of that. It's just an example of how great a vetiver can smell in all its glory. Whether you like the ingredients or not is kind of beside the point, because this is just basically saying this is our best example of what vetiver can smell like, and that's all you're going to smell like. Now, if you really like the sound of that, or this is one of your favorite notes, this is like a holy grail type fragrance. Maybe. I just feel like Guerlain's Vetiver does the same thing, and it does it for cheaper. And you know, if you want something a little bit more lighter and a little bit more stripped back, Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver is another great option. So I'm not sure I would recommend this to like a person who asks me like, tell me a great smelling vetiver fragrance which I can buy, because I would recommend something that smells equally as good but more affordable. It's a good fragrance. I like what Zegna have done. I just feel like they could have done a bit more, you know. It could have been a little bit more creative. And I'm going to give this fragrance a rating of 7 out of 10. Yeah, not much more to say. I don't know if you can sense there's a bit of disappointment in my voice. I actually wanted to like this range of fragrances a lot more than I do. There are definitely some that I think I would probably end up buying in a full bottle size. I just kind of wanted to like a little bit more. I've probably tried like properly in sample form maybe 6 or 7 of them. Still want to try a little bit more, and I do recommend checking out this line. I think if you can connect it with one fragrance and you're happy with the linearity of it, then go for it. You've got yourself a really great fragrance. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on this house, on this line, on this fragrance, or anything else you want to talk about. Feel free, and check out my Instagram page, and feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Thanks for all your support over the years. Take care, and see you on the next video. Bye.